Saberforged saber.
I have 2 Saberforged sabers.
I have 2 Ultra Sabers.
I backed the Saberforged Kickstarter for the first one. They're adaptive, is that what they call it? The adaptive saber parts, where you can buy just the pieces to build your own lightsaber. So I actually become a Jedi and built my own lightsaber.
Gonna have to ping our missing party member here and say, where's he at?
Right. Yeah. They even have datacrons. Wow.
Yep.
It's somebody shopping now.
I just figured I'd check it out. I think I've been to their site, but I don't remember them having other accessories. I mean, they even have blasters. Or a blaster. E12 blaster. Only $400.
Only?
They have masks now, too. That's interesting.
Yeah. For $400, I can get a real device that goes pew pew. But, you know.
Right.
That's the price where, the real steel is the same price at that point.
Yeah.
Or, enough ammo for maybe 2 weekends.
Right. Yeah, that's almost the harder part. Saber bag.
I think I have a sneaking suspicion that Janong is going to totally be busy working in the engineering room during this entire mission. Oh,
now he tells us. Wow, man. Come on.
Oh, he's not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, I don't think it's today, but I know his kid graduates like this week. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. He might be doing something today for it.
Okay, so yes, Janong will totally be busy in the engineering room tinkering on something.
Roger.
As the camera pans down to the cockpit, you see Alina flying the ship, which seems very strange, even more strange so when Uma flutters her eyes open and her leku twitch like they do in the early mornings when she wakes up.
So why was I asleep?
And it's funny because Uma's like not sitting in the chair properly. They've kind of like draped sideways.
Oh God, what happened to me?
So when last we met our intrepid adventurers, they were on the planet, Jim, insert planet name here because I can't remember.
Ord Mantell?
They were on Ord Mantell. And after a few days, Alina met up with Zarek, and they contacted Janong, who ship and had been there for 2 days, and they reached out to Uma to get in touch with her, and could not do so. In fact, no one had heard from her in 2 to 3 days. So Alina used her force sense to reach out with the force and learned that Uma was several kilometers away at the edge of the city. So she and Zarek started to make their way out there and ran into, and Janong joined them, that's right, bounty hunter trouble, because they found out that Uma had actually been captured by a bounty hunter, and they tried
Why? Why was I captured by a bounty hunter? Do I have a bounty out on me?
You were out doing something, yeah.
Yeah. You had a bounty.
The bounty hunter problem was because you were stealing their Wi-Fi.
That's
And
what
got
I was
caught.
just going to get to. The bounty hunter problem was because, yes, we were basically trying to mess with the bounty hunter guild, and we ended up successfully stealing a lot of their base. But anyway, yeah. So we managed to and proceeded to find out that you were being taken off planet. So we raced back to the ship. We jumped into space. We knew where you were supposedly going, which was to this pleasure cruise. And so we basically snuck aboard, found you in the interrogation section of the ship where you had been drugged and abused, and we proceeded to rescue you. And of course, you were so heavily dosed by the time we got back to the ship that you were in no condition to, being that I have some pretty good piloting skills myself. Where they could open fire on us.
Do we know who put a bounty out on me, and why was it on a pleasure cruise?
Well, it wasn't a pleasure cruise per se. It was a personal pleasure yacht.
Oh, pleasure yacht.
And as soon as Alina gives you this heads up and you kind of wave your Lakuta to clear the fogginess of your head, you clearly recall, that's right, wait a minute, and we get this wavy flashback as Uma had one of old Manx contacts basically had reached out to you because they were ready to pay a debt to Manx that they owed him, and they couldn't get a hold of him, so they figured they'd get a hold of you instead. And totally convinced you to come meet them at a spot in Ord Mantell where Manx has done business in the past. And you kind of vaguely remember some bounty dude, stunning you to unconsciousness. And you kind of recall this vague montage of flashbacks that happened kind of barely of how you found out it is actually one of Manx's old business partners that he's done projects on, was actually interrogating you to find a location to one of Manx's stash houses. And you clearly remember you were heavily drugged.
Okay. Did I give them any information?
You may have given them some information. Do me a favor. First, let's go ahead and clear the destiny pool so you guys can roll some light side, dark sides.
Because what I really want to make sure is I didn't let loose that I killed Manx and he can fucking rot in hell.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, not fond of him. Enslaved as a child, forced to work for him.
Yeah.
Not appreciative.
Not from his point of view. He raised this small thing and freed her from the slavery she was born into. Uh-oh.
I wasn't born into it. I was sold into it.
Oh, I was trying to use one. Oops, wrong button.
And it says, no,
somebody
you have no light side.
Oh, no.
Well, and we don't.
So first, I'm going to ask for a resilience check from Uma in regards to what they were trying to get out of her.
All right. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Are you ready?
No.
Oh. Okay, so she managed to make the resistance, but she's going to be taking 2 straight as she sees the flashback where she's like, no, I won't tell you where the supply depot is. Because you generally
don't know.
In your flashback,
that I won't
you
tell.
get
I don't know.
In your flashback, you get the idea that specifically wanting one of his stash locations for something specific. You don't remember exactly what was said, but something specific. And you managed to resist the drug-induced haze enough to possibly know about this station. And go ahead and take 2 strain.
I did. I took the 2 strain.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a knowledge check. It's up to you to pick which skill. You tell me how this relates to safe
Underworld.
houses. I'll take Underworld.
Because that's my best. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready? As you take another 2 strain, as you're seeing these flashbacks and you're feeling woozy, and you're just like kind of glad Alina's got the stick right now. As you kind of wait a minute, aren't we still in Mantel's orbit? As you clearly recall, there's an old supply depot. We're talking, pre-Sith invasion supply depot that Manx used to use as a drop-off and a storage location. It's basically in a nice little out-of-the-way, outer rim nebula. It's out of use. Its beacon has been turned off, so it's a pain in the ass to find, And that was the specific location he's looking for. As you totally get the idea during your flashbacks that there's something precious there that this guy wants. And you kind of remember this guy as somebody that Manx totally didn't mind abusing in business relationships, but always played it off that they were bad, but you knew better. Because
must have been a pretty hefty sum that he was offering to
he has
repay
buckets
Manx.
of credits he owes Manx, and you thought you were going to get buckets of credits for free?
That would be nice.
So go ahead and give more resilience as you were being interrogated, because you are doing pretty rough right now. I mean, your friends, tried to do their best to get you back up to snuff.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Ooh.
Wow. That was just wow.
That was shite.
Yeah, failed that one.
So, in your inner monologue, as you shake your head and you kind of remember when there's a hush in this guy's little central room in his pleasure yacht, as you basically laugh at the guy in his face and say, "You idiot, I killed Manx myself."
Oh, God.
As a hush came over the crowd, and you recall he sent his guards to take you because you were basically doing the one thing every interrogated victim should do. You started to talk a lot. As
Just
he's
lots
totally
and lots of info.
You him all the garbage, including the latest Corellian pop videos that you're watching. And he drugged you again and sent you down to your cell. And you kind of remember the elevator opening and a door opening, and then you heard Alina's lightsaber. And all of a sudden, you look over to Lena, and she's flying the ship.
Feeling better, Captain?
What's going on?
And that's wow, that's 5 strain you've taken. Obviously, you are in out of sorts.
And the cat's out of the bag.
Apparently. Do I remember that I gave up that information, or
in a
am I
hazy
clueless?
vision you remember you did that?
Oh no. We've got a problem. While I was under interrogation, I do believe I may have made a critical mistake. I think I told them or admitted to killing Manx.
Wait, you killed Manx?
Shit, that's right, you didn't know!
Oopsie.
Cat's out of the bag twice.
Captain, I'm dismayed by that news.
I might be misremembering. I am a little out of it. I just think that I told them that I killed Manx. So believe that I did. Whether I don't know whether it was a fever dream or, but yeah. If I did, I'm sure it was self-defense.
Know who the character was?
I'm assuming I remember.
You do remember. Like I said, he's somebody that much details about him, but he is someone that makes use of take advantage of a lot.
Well, he does that to a lot of people.
Touch it.
Yours truly included.
We'll have to keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, so I don't know.
You told them?
They were looking for one of Manx's stash houses. I'm trying to remember what specifically for, but I don't believe I gave them any information on that.
And Alina, well, she's talking to you guys. What's your piloting skill for flying casual?
Piloting space, I guess.
What's your skill?
It's 1 yellow and 5 green.
Yeah. Now, totally have to do that. Okay, carry on. Continue the conversation.
What's this guy's name, by the way? The one that...
His name is Zarek.
Yeah. Really?
Oh, nope. Sorry. Never mind that. Wrong game.
Like, you sure?
He's been under your nose this whole time.
You bastard!
Right?
I've been ganked by the gang.
There you go. His name is Kajin.
Yeah, he's been character names lately.
I know, haven't I? There you go. Got an apostrophe there, so it's super Star Warsy. And Alina, you believe that coast is clear? You made a clean getaway? Just throwing that out there.
Hold it, I didn't see his roll.
I wasn't asked to make one yet.
No.
Oh. Okay.
As Alina's roll was actually those purple and red there.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
As when somebody did get on the scanners and turn their scanners on and went, "What the cluck?" And they're like, "I don't see anyone flying erratically. I see a bunch of because of course this is Ord Mantell and there's huge traffic lanes of traffic."
So we looked over.
You guys are totally flying casual.
Well, and with all that news, where would you like to go?
I think I'd like to go lie down.
On the stash house, perhaps we should head there and see if we can find what this
whatever he was
Kajin for.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Let's do that.
Are you going to give me an astrogation?
Janong or the droid can give us an astrogation.
But they don't know where the place is the problem.
I have to do it. Okay, hold on.
Keeping that held tight to her chest there.
Supply
All right.
45S6J. And it's almost like I just mashed some keys, and that's what came up.
Wow.
As obviously in her stupid state, she's just like, I need some time in my bone.
Just give me a bit. I'm a little. I need to get a little more clear-headed.
But I will give you, Uma, that you clearly know he was wanting something specific. And Manx is always very particular where he stashes things, like a nice good squirrel. And this is thankfully one of the locations you do know about. And if you were to wanting to silence this guy, this smuggler and pirate, you could use what he's looking for as bait to get him somewhere to silence him. Just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, because I definitely don't want this guy,
telling your little brother.
Any for that matter.
Much.
So yeah, just give me a little bit freshen up.
Okay, so you're gonna get some bunk time. What are you guys doing in the meantime while she's getting some well-deserved bunk time?
Piloting the ship.
Where exactly are you going?
Slow.
I probably would have given them a general direction, not specifics.
I mean, are you just cruising around the planet in circles? Are you heading somewhere particular?
So can she give us that issue, like the closest planet in the general direction that we want to go?
Not at the moment. She's just like she's really confused in which part of the outer rim it's in right now because she's still groggy. That whole 5 strain is really weighing heavy on her Leku.
All right.
So I'll ask Janang or the astromech droid to give us a planet that's basically half a day away.
Okay, something that's not too far away but not too close and get some safe distance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something super easy. To which, Reggie has no problem pumping in some coordinates for a nice planet where they've got great automated droid spas that you can send your droid for a spa day.
That's so Reggie.
And he assumed we're going down to the planet.
You totally get the commercial pop-ups when you guys pop out of hyperspace. Send your droids to be serviced. New conditioned reconditioning. Guaranteed we won't touch any of their computer parts.
Mm.
Yeah. If you're having to put that in the disclaimer, I don't trust it.
Yeah, to say.
A lot of owners are finicky about having their internals of their droids messed with.
Oh, yeah.
They'll totally let you replace the chassis, but they don't want the internals to be messed with.
Yeah.
He probably gets much better treatment than.
All right. So yeah, we'll kind of lay low
Until I recoup a little here.
Recuperate, so everybody's all recuperated from wounds and strain. You kind of come out with the whole walk of shame feel. How long was I gone?
Yeah, really.
Are you feeling better now?
How much strain did I get back?
You're full.
Okay, yes, I am feeling much better.
Good.
As Janong is cussing and yelling in the engineering bay and says, so what is your guys' plan?
Okay, let me try and do an astrogation now that I'm
She's all like, get
up
the
and
hell out of the
running,
pilot seat.
and I'm using a light side.
And are you going to let
All right.
Reggie in on the secret?
Yes, I am. Reggie
Okay.
is
He will
he's
gladly give you a
my
blue.
guy. All right, you ready?
And I got you in there.
Sweet.
As after a good night, you're just like, oh shit, this is, because she got kind of confused for a second there. There was two that were really close.
He had a
together.
lot.
And you clearly recall that there's it's a refueling station that was abandoned because it got a little too far into a gas nebula, so it's kind of possibly dangerous and might be semi-explosive.
Oh, yay.
The right blaster location, things could get kind of hot.
Hmm.
3.4.
So what is your
There you go.
plan?
Remember what's stashed there.
Go ahead and give me a check, and I'm going to look at your character sheet. You click
For
your
the lowest.
That was typing.
tab.
Okay. Which you already did.
I was saying it as I was doing it, of course. And give me either I'll take a vigilance or perception.
I will do perception.
As you're
You
trying,
ready?
1 and 1 equals 2.
Are you kidding me?
Douchebag.
Wow.
And you're just like, I got no idea what this douchebag wants. And he was purposely being, in your flat super vague. He wants to know the location, and he's not mentioning the contents.
Okay.
They must have addled you pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, that or just Mix never actually showed you what the guy's wanting there.
I think she got her head hit.
I mean, that's the big one. Is maybe Mix didn't trust you.
What?
Minx didn't trust anybody.
Look what happens the one time he did.
No comment. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so what would you like for that advantage, by the way?
Well, I'm back to full, right?
Yep.
Then a plus on astrogation. A blue.
Okay. That's a good use for it. Okay, so we know exactly where you need to go, and you're just like, okay, guys, I know where we need to go. But do we want to go?
Well, if we find whatever it is, we can use either as a bargaining chip with, the fact that I killed Manx.
That Kajin knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that you killed Manx because you bragged about it wholeheartedly.
Oh, she
I was
did.
under the influence. I do not, I claim no, I could have said anything. I just don't want to be held accountable for what I may have said under the influence of mind-altering drugs.
I am so tempted to use sense right now.
Ooh. Secrets, secrets, secrets.
Yeah. If there's something there, one, probably don't want him having it. Two, I mean, if we can stifle the information, Because you told him all about everything.
I told him, I don't recall everything that I might have, unwittingly.
Well, if you dropped it, you killed him. You probably told him about this place. So fair guess.
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I told him about this place. But
now we have our curiosity up.
yes.
And if he's wanting something, there might be something good for us.
Exactly. It might be valuable. It most likely could be valuable. And knowing Manx, there's probably a few things in there that might be valuable.
Right.
And it's funny, it passed her mind about that place. It'd been so long since she's been there. It's only because she was drugged and asked about it that she managed to remember it. So say the narrative dice.
Yeah, I'm game for whatever you see fit there, Captain.
So, what do you use? Okay, so do we want to take a vote, or shall we just head over?
I'm okay with it, Captain.
Let's.
Same here.
Okay, astrogation.
Yep, let me get you your blue. I got your blue.
Oh, and a blue for Reggie.
And a blue for Reggie.
Okay, you ready?
And there's totally going to be a black added, by the way, because of the nastiness of this nebula. You do recall it was a bad place. I mean, there's a reason why the Mining Guild abandoned it. I am ready when you're ready.
Damn.
You're
Okay,
just on it today.
I am. I'm just like.
It's either hit or it's miss. What would you like for those 2 advantages?
I would like blues on my next astrogation.
Okay, you fire off.
We're gonna Kentucky windage this in.
Just remember, it's super dangerous doing it that way.
Just in case somebody's following us,
So you come popping out at the other place you confused it with earlier, and you're just like, oh, all right, my bad.
Oops.
You're staring off into this purple-green nebula. Like, no, we're looking for the one that's orange and red.
Yeah, wrong nebula. My bad.
As all of a sudden you get kind of this whistle from Reggie, because there's some ships in the distance that see you, but they're not close enough to do anything.
Okay. Let's try this again, Reggie. You ready?
Okay, so you still got that blue there. Okay.
I get a G.
Yep, and you gave yourself with each. By narrowing it down, as I pause, see if you'll burn that last destiny point.
I'm going to wait.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead and make your jump.
Triumph.
But not
Triumph,
a success.
That's it? That's just.
But hey, triumph.
As after, another stint of flying through hyperspace, and she's like, we're getting ready to come out of hyperspace, and you drop out of hyperspace, and there's this asteroid mining field that's a commercial mining operation, and you see the little diner, ship go flying by so the miners can come for food.
I was gonna say, but it's one of the best diners in the galaxy.
Unless she has else to use that Triumph for.
It's the restaurant.
No, we're gonna use that. I'm gonna get a free another upgrade. I'm gonna get a green to my next astrogation. We're literally Kentucky windaging this.
You get an upgrade, so yeah.
Yeah.
So blue for Reggie.
No, I really got it this time. Really?
What's the worst that could happen? Is I'm
Reggie.
so.
What's your astrogation?
My aspiration, shit. 2
Okay.
grades.
All right. So we're going to try this again. And I'm
Okay.
going to use that point.
Yep, I got the upgrade. Oh, you got 2 upgrades.
I'm
Look
going
at
to
that.
double this.
Okay.
She's like,
All right.
I really got it this time. I know it. I know
You're
I
like
got it right.
third
this time.
time's the charm.
You ready?
Yep.
No.
As you guys
Seriously? Hold on. No. We don't have dice there. We're missing.
No, because
I had the upgrade,
which gave you
from the
3
Triumph.
yellow and a green, and the second upgrade turned that green into a yellow.
Oh.
That is the right number of dice.
Wow.
As you guys come, another 8 hours of hyperspace travel, and you guys are just like, taking bets in the back, to see if this is the right place coming up next. And you come popping out into a nice Republic quarantine area where the Republic's got this landing on a planet. It's all nice and pretty. There's welcome to New Eden. If you would like to stay, please register your ship for a visitor's pass. And Alina is probably having some choice words at the console.
Could be some money to be made there. I mean,
as
fresh new
Reggie's
colony.
just doing the whole.
Yeah.
Looking at you like, dude.
Hey, you were helping, dude. You're just as much to blame as I am.
How dare you not find this secret place you've never been to or heard of before?
Yeah, damn Reggie.
And she keeps pointing to this.
Well, he's the one.
She's pointing at this empty space in his astro chart, saying it's right in that general area, and he's like 200 light miles wide.
Alina turns to Zarek and says, "Where's Janong when we need him? I'm pretty sure this droid has a bad motivator."
Oh. And Reggie just looks at you and waves one arc welder in a very sinister one-finger motion.
Okay, that's too funny.
So I take it you would like to use those 3 advantages for an upgrade?
Yes, please.
Okay, Reggie will provide you a blue. As obviously you now know why this guy needed you to fix Manx's settings, because Manx hit
well,
it
that wouldn't have
so
helped either.
very well. As you're just like, what? We'll find it this time. As this would be the time I tell her to breathe on her dice and love them, warm them up tenderly.
Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. I quit.
Ouch.
So what would you like for those 5 advantages before I tell you what very bad thing is happening?
Any flying, counteractive flying I have to do. Let me get bonuses, advantages to my some blue dice to those.
The way you've been rolling, are you sure you want to be piloting?
Oh yeah.
Nope, yeah. I get it. It's yours.
How about we not end up in a sun somewhere? Some of those.
Hey, my astrogation is not nearly as good as my flying. My flying is actually pretty darn good.
You
Joe
don't
comes
say.
Back next week to a TPK.
It's like you don't say.
Roll new characters.
Okay, so that's just what you want to use all 5 of those for, is that you have an upgrade on your piloting treasure?
And any further, and if I make another astrogation, definitely,
Okay, so how many dice are you spending for what is the question?
I don't know what's about to happen, so it's hard to say.
I know, but this is what happens when failure is on the line.
Okay, I am going to put 3 to the next, like any evasive maneuvers, and then 2 towards an astrogation.
Okay, so 2 to give you a blue for astrogation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good division. Okay, so immediately, you guys have been diddly bopping for about 12 hours. It's been a little longer this time. And immediately, you kind of like, what do you tell them as you're ready to pop out?
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Ooh, because the nebula is all bumpy and shit.
Yes. Hold on. I have to say it right. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Oh, we're actually there this time. Nice.
It's my terrible Betty Davis.
No, we're not there. We just jumped into another nasty nebula.
And immediately pop out, you've been expected that, hey, there's going to be gas nebula platform, maybe some debris fields around it from what she recalls in her little fever dream. And immediately when you pop out, again, totally envisioning what you're supposed to be seeing, and instead you get and you're seeing a flotilla of Sith ships. We're talking the big Star Destroyer size ships. And they're just solar system display of a large gas giant that seems to be breaking down on its own, and a purplish sun behind it. Beautiful vista as you see these 3 big, large, destroyer class ships and about a good dozen smaller ships. And by the way, by smaller ships, I mean things that are twice your size, if not bigger. And immediately you hear this hiss of static crackle over the radio, and this is the 3rd Sith Armata. Rogue vessel, identify yourself or be destroyed.
Start talking real sweet.
Okay. If we just jump, like, just hyperspace out of here, can they follow us?
No, it's Star Wars. You can't do that until somebody invents a way of doing that, which they totally shouldn't have done.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So, let's see here. Because my charm is okay, but I don't think that there's like.
I was gonna say you're gonna stop and talk.
Suggestions? No, I think we're just gonna punch it. Evasive maneuver, flee.
Okay, do me a favor. Give me, if that's your plan, give me a quick vigilance check, like for initiative.
Oh, okay. So combat. Okay, hold on.
I mean, if you're powering up your hyperdrive, there could be a chance that they see that first, and the rest of you can jump in and help.
For which? The vigilance?
Vigilance, yeah.
My vigilance is only a yellow and 2 green.
It's fine.
Yeah.
My vigilance is only a yellow and a green, but it's +1 blue, -1 black.
Well, that's pretty good. So it's 1 green, 1
yellow, 1 green, 1 blue, -1 black.
Just roll your initiative. See?
Oh, we need to all do that. Okay.
Lena's helping you out there by making sure to match the person whoever is referred to as the Dark Lady. And then you got Zarek, who's like, we need to get the fuck out of here now.
Yeah.
So, who would like to go first?
I would
Yeah.
punch it.
Okay, so I have the blue for Reggie and the blue that you gave yourself.
Okay, hold on.
Thankfully, you're just outside the short ranged vehicles attacks, possibly within the larger craft attacks, but you're tiny. There's no chance that they'd be able to hit you with the tractor beam.
Mm.
There's no chance that
Okay.
they have an Imperial interdictor in the system.
Someone flip the Gravwell switch.
Okay, alrighty. Here we go. What?
Well,
After
Oh,
traveling, well, why did
They
you roll?
don't fit.
I thought you wanted to hyperspace out of
Piloting.
there.
Isn't that piloting?
Not for hyperspace. That's astrogation.
Are you fucking kidding me?
yeah, you gotta plot somewhere.
I
Ah.
mean, what, you're going to try to outrace them instead of hyperspace? That you can totally try that.
No. Damn it.
Okay, so you
Fine.
had a
Are
big
you
damn
ready?
triumph. So what does it look like when you
Yeah,
do?
but that's piloting, not.
Yeah, so you fancy
Okay.
flying to escape these guys. What does it look like to the rest of everybody that's watching you fly? You get to ease into your stick and fly the ship to get your mojo back.
I dart past them like they don't even see me. I'm like, you know how like when the Millennium Falcon disappeared?
Hmm.
Like that, but I'm not attached to their ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna say great. We're attached to the chips
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Like it's like total misdirection, blink, they're on kind of thing. I'm like darting here, darting there. Woo, woo, woo.
Back
um,
backside of an asteroid or something.
uh-huh. But can part of that be that they can't get a beat on us, as in they have no idea who we are?
I'll either give you a clean getaway or a getaway without being identified, not both.
Well, I don't think Janan changed our,
He
because we
hasn't.
have numerous. We
You
have numerous.
two different identities.
Yeah. And I think we're still using the fake one.
Uh-huh.
So okay, then
But
we
we don't have
get
any entanglements going on right now. I mean, we should be fine, right? I mean, other
we
than a
murder
particular.
comedy Sith.
Other
than,
than you're just sneaking up on this fleet that's amassing somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
and the one that we just happened to take a crystal from, but we're not delivered
Yeah.
to.
But I assume we're noting
Couldn't be
the coordinates for Alina.
I was gonna say, where one,
Yeah.
two.
You can totally get those off the nav computer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I was
always
gonna
keeps
do that.
it always keeps track of your last 10 jumps or so.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna do that and say if I rolled a 1, enough sense that she would want to know where the system is. If I roll a 2, she is so scared shitless by that many Sith in one place that she's doing absolutely nothing but blabbering incoherently right now.
Well, apparently you're keeping her.
Yeah.
Okay,
Apparently.
so you managed to pretty much make your escape. There's this hairy montage of Uma flying to get away from the Sith, causing all kinds of havoc in their formations for their ships because she did that whole Pearl Harbor style sneak attack that made them all scatter in different directions and made sure that the smaller ships moved fleeing out of the way, provided you guys cover from the big ships. And then she gets ready to hit the hyperspace drive because she's sure she's got it this time. As you literally cross one part of the galaxy to the other part of the galaxy over these last 3 days.
Yeah.
As she's totally explaining it off, I'm sure, by saying that this was secretly Manx's path to get there.
That's how we make sure we lost any tails. Yeah, that's
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it. Nobody's going to be following us. All right, so we're ready for the astrogation.
We're ready for the astrogation.
All right, here
I
goes.
just don't have the heart to spend the dark side point.
Yeah.
Please don't. Up. I can't find shit.
As you have a sinking suspicion you need more information. Who do you think you could turn to as you guys have spent 4 days jumping across the galaxy far, far away? As you know, at least this time you pop into a nice benign system that, it's fairly civilized. There's a couple agricultural planets, there's a couple entertainment planets. Where does Uma think she needs to go to get the missing piece of information to make this hard roll less hard? I mean, you could always reach out to your brother.
I know I was thinking of him, but I really don't want to.
I mean, you could always reach out to Manx's organization.
No, absolutely not. I'll reach out to Avo.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you reach out to Avo.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, sister! As you see, he's got like 3 or 4 entertaining girls draped all over him, and he's obviously spending money.
Stop calling me that.
And he looks back at one of them and says, see, I told you I had a Twilight for a sister. It's true. She takes after it from our dad's side of the family. And he kind of winks at you, just knowing that would get you all irked, and your Leku start twitching in that annoyed way.
Yeah, definitely. Look, do you remember a stash house? One of his stash houses in the orange and red nebula of such and such a name.
And he kind of thinks about it, and he's like, "Hey, ladies, could you go get me some more drinks? I think I need at least 3 more drinks, and you guys need drinks too." And he kind of like gives you this winky face, like shh at the moment, as he sends them away, and he kind of leans over and gets all kind of semi-serious looking, and he hits the privacy button on his little booth, and a little gray hollow sheet comes over and blocks, and he watchers, and he's like, Uma, are you meaning the one where where he took us at one time, and he basically gives you the flashback memory of when you kids went there the first time, and you found out there's explosive barrels because you shot one with your blaster, because that's what kids do.
Yeah.
And he's like, I thought Manx said we were to never go there.
Yes, well, it happened. Just, do you remember?
Well, yeah, but Manx will be pissed if we go there. And he kind of like winks at you and he says, we go there.
Look, just give me the information that you know. I'm not going to get you involved in this. I'm protecting you. Trust me. Play on his whole.
He just kind of smiles at you and kind of says this coy little, trust me, that's just what Manx would say. Give me a charm roll.
Okay.
Or negotiation, one or the other. Depending on whether you're being sweet to your brother or if you're basically negotiating him down. Charm.
For fuck's sake, I cannot roll except for piloting, apparently.
What would you like for those 4 advantages? That's a lot.
I'm starting to soften him up. So the next one that I do, I definitely want to get a blue added to it.
Okay, you're thinking too complicated. You've already, he's going to tell you something but basically he's going to give you a percentage. I can just throw that out at you now before you spend those advantage.
A percentage.
Yeah, so lower the percentage. He's going to want part of the take.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving you the treasure map. You want something.
All right. But see, I'm not sure what's even there or whether it be there.
Or do you want to use 3 of those advantages for a free upgrade on your astrogation check?
Oh, free upgrade, please.
Okay. So he's going to ask you for 22% of whatever you find.
Think again, Avo.
It's only fair. I mean, you talked me down from 30% to only 22%.
You can have 20%. Then it's a fair split.
But this
for
goes
all my
back
crew.
and forth, and he's only willing to settle on 22%.
No, 20 for me, 20 for you, 20 for the 3 people on my crew.
Unfortunately, due to your roll, 22 is the number he's willing to settle on, and no less and no more. But
You're off my Christmas list.
It will reduce it to 2 purple, and you have an upgrade. Are you willing to take that?
You can take 2%
I'm willing to
out
take
of
it.
mine.
And he's totally willing to give you an extra blue as well, by the way. So you have 1 blue for Reggie, 1 blue for your brother's help, an upgrade because of your brother's help, because you're so charming, and he basically talked about all the shortcuts that, Banks took that you were not paying attention to. And the difficulty is now only 2 purple and a black. And he's in for 22% of your take, and he clearly says that I trust you, sis. I'm at the wheel when you have my percentage, so you can drop off my credits.
Okay. Reach out. Sorry, I'm making notes. All right, here we get to skills. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you
my
ready?
rolls? Oh, I'm not ready. I think that's been apparent.
As Uma has literally taken you all over the galaxy.
Been a nice sightseeing tour.
As Uma's obviously doing the frezza when she's putting in the coordinates. And Reggie's like, oh, that's where you wanted to go. As you find a convenient shortcut for the reduced travel time there.
She's like, why didn't you say that all along?
And it was
Stupid
sad
human.
because much like in the new
Meatbag.
prequel, your brother was willing to give you the missing section to find Skywalker.
No, God.
And when you punch the hyperspace, you guys have a nice, only 5-hour trip. Who knew it would be this quick? And what do you tell them as you're about to pop out of hyperspace?
Tell the crew?
Yeah. You've got the little handy-dandy warning that tells you before you're about to pop out of hyperspace.
Yeah. Get ready. This place, it can be very rough. Hopefully not Sith Army rough, but...
I just roll my eyes like, yeah, well, we'll see when we get there. But I trust you, Captain. I got you. As I creep back down the hall and up into the turret.
He's like, trust,
Just
but
in
verify.
case.
Be ready for anything.
Okay, so everybody all ready, or are we still waiting for Alina to come back?
No, he's back.
Alina's back.
And there was
I'm
much
sorry, there was a
rejoicing.
very successful astrogation roll, finally.
Wow.
I know, right?
Had to throw that fine in there, like.
I know, it's true.
I mean,
No doubt about it.
It's been a week of you guys flying around space.
Well, she just wanted to check some stuff out around the world. Make sure they were still there.
First she jumps us into a Sith Armada, next she's going to jump us into the mouth of a space slug.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm in the turret.
Just in case.
As immediately Alina's like, get ready, guys, because there's lots of gas clouds out here. And one of the things you really want to look out for is where two of the different types of gases mix. That becomes really volatile. She remembers that, especially since her brother was nice enough to remind her of that. As I slowly bring you to the map I'm on.
Oh, look at that. That's all fancy.
And as soon as you pop out, you see the colored nebulas, the floating space garbage, and the refueling station right there. Just out of the gravity well that keeps the floating garbage from colliding with it, but coasting around it in lazy 8 patterns. You come out of hyperspace, they're looking at it not too far, away from you guys. You clearly see this refueling platform station kind of rotating under, no power whatsoever, just kind of like floating around like space debris.
So hold it. Is it the white, the ship thing over there?
It's the ship thing.
Is it this? Okay.
Yep. The white dot is some nasty space gas. Interestingly, you look at the white dot first.
Well, it's because it's bright and white.
Yeah, so what circles
the red dot.
The red dot is some kind of floating stuff. It may be like a liquid floating around in space, but you're not quite sure yet. I mean, someone could totally get on the sensors and use them.
I was actually going to use my sense to see if I can sense any other living things in the area.
What is the distance for your sensing?
Extreme.
So when you do your sense and you reach out with the Force, you definitely know for a fact that these rocks here, and this station here has some living Force energy coming off of it.
It's just not living. It can also be droids.
But it's living that he detects.
Right.
Is there anything specific your sensibility can see how I make you have to look it up? Whoa, ha 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 ha. You use the power.
Just got a shit ton of scrolling to do to get there.
So you mentioned there's some kind of life forms?
Since all living and non-living things, since all living sentient and non-sentient. Okay.
It's definitely non-sentient. You feel better.
Oh, and I can use a light side or a dark side, but don't want to use light or dark sides to sense if there's any danger. That's about all I can do with my sense power. I can read the surface thoughts of two beings of my choice, but seeing as we have not identified any specific beings as of yet, I don't need to really read any surface thoughts, do I?
I mean, you totally can if you want.
Sure. Let me read the surface thoughts of whatever's on the ship.
On the station, you mean?
Yep.
Okay, you immediately reach out with the force, and you feel the dun 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 dun. And your sense reaches out, and you feel yourself flowing through corridors of this place, and out to an area, and then you just sense something moves and kind of like blurs across your field of vision, and you sense hunger and fear. But not like, fear of being hunted and killed by something, but fear of like outside is dangerous and hunger.
Do I get is this intelligent thoughts or is this just like base, like animalistic thinking?
Very basic. It's basic animal instincts.
Okay.
And you sense this like fluttering flying motion.
So, Captain, there's something on that ship that's hungry. And so we'll want to go in kind of cautiously.
Okay. Huh. Don't suppose you can tell what it wants to eat?
Whatever's available.
Hey, like
probably.
I know.
Can I get that specific?
Okay,
What is it? What is it hungry for? Does it want living flesh, or is it used to eating something? Yeah.
So like, we can bring on, I mean, maybe we toss it a leg of meat or something, and then maybe,
Right.
it will distract it enough for.
Oh, come on. You missed that one.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
So
looking for new implants.
I'm sorry, what?
So I was like, Manx is using critters now. Great.
Do I have any recollection of him using animals as...
He's not a big one for using animals.
Yeah.
The only muscle he normally likes is the type that you can hire and forget to pay at the end.
Can we run a regular scan of the ship to see if maybe something has boarded it?
As soon as you
and
get
maybe
closer,
that's... Yeah.
Yeah, because it's out of your scanner distance at the moment. You basically need to get it to the edge of your outer ring there to really get a good scan on it.
Okay. Let's get a little closer.
Visually look at the place when you get there.
Yeah, let's get a little closer so we can. So piloting space.
You at the moment with your good roll, you don't have to worry about rolling any dice.
Okay.
Just
I want to avoid these, this and that, and these.
Yep, I kind of figured that goes without saying that you're not wanting to fly into space garbage. I'll give you that. I'm not that much of a hard ass.
Well.
Move us in closer to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Station, whatever.
Okay, so you guys get closer. You have control of your ship, don't you? Move your ship.
She
Captain.
should.
I'm doing it. Is that within?
Well, basically, the station has to touch that ring.
Oh, okay. So I thought that. Okay.
Or one of those items.
That's true.
That we might want to scan.
So clearly,
this way we can scan all three.
Oh, look at you being all complicated, scanning all three. I like that. So there is a bit of residual space poo-poo in the air that causes you to have a black dice, by the way. Just want to let you know.
Okay, so what am I rolling?
Your average roll for computers.
Computers?
As Janong is like, I am busy!
Okay. Alina, what's your computers?
2 green.
Mine too. Zarek,
Yep.
how about you?
Same.
We're all too green.
Obviously,
Okay,
you've discovered it's
let's
Janong's
get
hibernation
Reggie
cycle.
to assist us.
Reggie will
We're
give you.
So who's
Actually,
somebody
Reggie might
else
have a
roll?
yellow, right? No.
Somebody else roll, because we all know how bad my rolls have been this evening.
Reggie doesn't have a yellow.
Nope.
Bastard. Cheap bastard.
Damn you, Janong!
He's-
Need you!
He's secretly in his hibernation cycle and didn't want to admit it to you guys. So he
Ah.
created a little automated box that sits on the comms that when you buzz it, it immediately says, "Shut up, I'm working!"
All right.
As he's all curled up hibernating behind the engine coils.
And then he rolled to make it harder. Great. All right. Well, I'll take up your slack. Hey, look at that.
So as you know, Zarek is he's chopstick feeding the computer panel. He knows what he's doing. And Reggie's just looking at him and shaking his little dome back and forth like that's not how computers work.
Well, repulsor fists aren't the best things for typing.
As you get this horrible static feedback from the nebula. And there's lots of interference going on. Perhaps the goop here, or perhaps this little gas cloud here, perhaps the station really rough around the edges. And
You're just
perhaps
noise out there, Captain.
all these rocks floating around, breaking into each other into powder and scattering powder all over the area is throwing off your sensors. Take a point of strain trying to do the whole Spock thing when you look through the scanner and you say, this makes no sense. Janong reads this.
It's gobbledygook.
Nothing to see here.
Now, Alina. Give me a perception check as you're looking out the window at the station since you guys got so close. Don't roll yet, though.
Okay.
Because in the vastness of space, it's a little more difficult. Okay, go ahead and make your roll when you're ready. Oh, look at you giving up that light side point so quick.
Why not?
Well, figured before you rolled it over.
Okay,
shit,
so
sorry.
Alina takes a point of strain as she stares into the blankness of space with the gas nebula and the sparkling of rock dust in the way. And you see that there's this weird lead stuff kind of like blobbing around in space. And it's weird because it should just like freeze solid, but it's staying as a liquid. And it's this weird, creepy white gas cloud that's just kind of like wafting. And then you see
they're not supposed to touch each other.
And then you see the you see over here, like right there, that would be a bad spot where the orange and red gas touch. If you were to do something there, those would explode because the red stuff is pure helium. And at the station, as you look around, you catch a hint of movement here. And you see on the station, there's spots where it looks like something is torn into pieces of the outside of the ship. Small rips into like cables and things like that. And you see like 2 panels seem to have been pried open on the corners. Like something, maybe the size of a dog could fit through that. Or maybe what you just said.
So Minox are those
Yeah.
And as soon as you think that motion right here, you like, that was totally Minox flying between the rocks. Now, would someone like to give me a xenology when he says Minox?
Isn't that those lamprey things that were in the...
Uh-huh. They're fairly common in space. It's only an average 2 purple roll. Who wants to give me a xenology?
Looking what my skill is.
Yeah, let me look what my skill is.
Yeah, it's 2 green.
As again, everybody's like, we need Janong for this, and Janong's like, no, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm 2 green as well. How about you, Sarek?
Right, 2 green.
All right, I'll bite
Okay,
the bullet
Alina.
on this one.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
Yeah, I was just to say.
Ready for me?
Yep.
Oh dear.
As immediately Alina's like, oh, they are the dreaded cousins to the Minox that drink life force. The Jedi's told us
Shit.
stories of the Minox evil life force draining cousins.
Oh God.
Wonderful.
As we need to be on guard, and starts throwing out these horror stories of Minox.
Great. Now that we're all sufficiently terrified.
Wonderful.
And the fact that a single Minoc, could land on the ship eggs and take over an entire ship, draining all of its power. But what we were truly here is the Vinox. Non-sentient winged parasites with a large sucker mouth and black eyes. Cousins to the legless Minoc. These ones pose dangers to travelers because they can live in environments, but on the plus side, you do know they are allergic to hydrogen gas. And on the plus side, also, Vinox are very basic ingredients into some delicious spicy dishes that carbon-based life forms can eat.
You recall so much.
Okay, so then, Alina, what would you recommend based on this information you have provided? Should we just hightail it out of here, as this is apparently an extremely, extremely dangerous situation, or should we risk it? Based on your obviously educated opinion.
Sounds
Scared
like
the crap out of your friends.
Yeah.
sounds like Padawan stories to scare kids at night, but
Especially since Vinox actually have back legs, whereas Minox don't.
So, Captain, I'm thinking rebreathers, and we flood the station with hydrogen before going in.
I mean,
Okay.
the second
I'm willing
picture
to
are
try.
Vinox. They're the scarier ones.
Do I have an
Okay,
idea of
so
how many were on the ship?
About a good half dozen.
There's
And
only
that
about a
would
half
probably
ship.
tell you why, with your amazing perception roll, you can say also that the lights seem to be off on the station. Like all the power has been drained of all the sessions for our engineer to avoid.
Mhm.
Guess we
Yeah,
won't worry about turning the lights back on.
So,
Yeah, we're
Captain, my plan would be for us to stall the next 36 minutes.
I was wondering who'd come up with that plan.
Not very long. I'm good with this plan.
Is Uma going to start filibustering?
Oh no. What's that? Oh, somebody's calling me. The cat's in trouble in the back room. I gotta go.
My rules.
Let me tell you a story about Sunny and yesterday. What happened to her? It was an ordinary day, just like any other. It started at 7 o'clock with me waking up peacefully to the sun.
Here comes the sun. I say it's all right. Little.
We've wasted a whole minute, 35 to go.
Oh. How about you know what? Let me also xenology. I'm like, do I believe what Alina's saying, or
I think it's scary Padawan stories, but
And apparently,
Right, because I've been here before.
I owe you a dark side before I could take it out. So, with your xenology, you know eminently that Minox are dangerous to the ship, not to you guys. However, if it is correct that it's Vinox, yes, it's just a VY instead of a MY, they are dangerous to people. Whereas Minox are dangerous to the ship. That they would definitely sense your ship, and if you were to get closer to like see that engage that close range there, they would sense your ship and probably come flying out for it.
Yeah, because they've already sucked the other one dry, apparently.
Nummies. And yes, you do completely confirm that they are vacuum dwellers. They have no problem flying through space. And they are, in fact, allergic to helium. When exposed to helium, they suffer wounds until their body inflates and explodes.
Oh, nice.
So now the yellow fields are helium?
The orange fields are helium.
Yeah, the orange ones are helium. Red ones are what again?
Hydrogen.
How fast do they fly?
They are very slow flyers. Yes, you could in fact try to kite them with your ship, but you know, with your amazing xenology roll there of 2 successes, that once they realize they fly into a gas cloud of helium, they will definitely turn and run. They won't pursue.
Okay.
The second they spend one round in it, they immediately flee from the other direction. They're not stupid. They don't want to explode like balloon. But you could totally, kite them if you wanted to do that. Just saying.
So
now, are we getting any power signatures from the ship?
The station is deader than a doornail.
Yeah, so these guys are really hungry.
They've obviously drained it a long time ago.
But why are they still hanging around then?
Because it has solar panels and slowly gets a little bit of power every day. And they have no problem eating that power up. Because they're jerks.
So how many did I sense in those asteroid fields?
In the asteroid fields, you sensed about 8 in between the 2 fields.
Okay, so we've got a total of about out there, Captain.
Yes, as spacers say, this place is infested.
Infested. So would our illustrious captain know that if we were to approach the ship, would it draw the attention of the ones in the asteroid fields?
If you get within this distance, see they can sense your ship's energy at that distance.
Okay.
So you're just out of their sensing range so far. Unless someone does something like fire off some blasters or really hit the gas in the ship.
I'm going to say, if you shut most things down and just do a wonderful little glide in and...
Yep, that's what I was thinking. We'll draw the attention of the ones on the ship, but we want to go on the ship anyway. So as long as my lightsabers are ready and your fists are ready, we should be okay.
Yeah, because there was only 6 on the...
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But are they on or in?
Your sense tells you they're in.
Okay.
You
from
clearly
what I could see when I read
Alina
their thoughts,
clearly saw the panels pried open, so they're definitely inside.
Okay.
Okay, well then I can glide us in, basically. And if I stay like this, it should avoid the... We should still be out of range for these, as well as these. So...
You try to put us like right there.
Well, we want to dock, so...
Yep. Or like right there.
With minimal systems running and then powered down other than like to open the doorway.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Reggie has any type, he's got magnetic. We could put him on the outer part of the ship. I don't want to risk losing
You're
him,
putting
though.
Reggie in the line of fire. It's Minox.
Well,
yeah, I don't want to put him in. Yeah, I don't want to put him in the line of fire.
And he's a feeding frenzy for them.
Yeah, but
Look,
like just an extra.
He'd be the hors d'oeuvre.
You know, it's actually Rage, but we just call him Reggie. I have converted him, and he likes us. At least he likes me and Janong. He was a poor abused little guy.
So when you get close, a Minox crawls out of a little sequestered spot he was at, his little bat wings, and it looks at the ship and just goes, and has no problem leaping off the station, slowly gliding towards your ship, by the way.
Now, if we fire on it, it's gonna...
That could totally attract more. I mean, you totally know that a small swarm of Minox on your ship won't really destroy your ship. It just means that for each Minox that's on it, the ship suffers 1 strain per day.
Yeah, well, we will have to kill them. We have the...
That, and once they're attached, they're a pain in the ass to get off.
Not with a lightsaber.
Your ship guns aren't meant to shoot your ship, so it's hard to get them off.
Well,
yeah, but small arms and a lightsaber.
Well, unless you fly through a helium cloud.
There is that.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Yes, the little guy is going to gladly land over and clamp onto the outside of your ship.
Okay, let's do this.
You get a warning light saying there's an unknown energy drain, and the ship suffers 1 strain.
Okay, let's do this quick.
And your handling is reduced by 1, at least until you get them off. Okay, so you guys go up to the airlock. So Kelly, as you're gliding in, interesting choice of words with your powered down ship. Give me a piloting roll to see if you can latch on. You're coasting, it's coasting, and apparently an upgrade for you means nothing because you're piloting now instead of astrogating. So, what would you like for those 2 advantages?
I would like, since it's for piloting, I would like for when we pilot off, to get blues to the piloting, because I'll be piloting into a helium cloud. Just want
Captain,
extra.
I have an idea. Once we board the station, why don't you remote pilot the ship into the helium cloud?
Excellent. Okay. But I would like a blue added to that, because I have to avoid this as well. So basically, it's gonna take a path this way. Yep. Follow me?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Reggie will assist.
Poor Reggie, always having to assist.
Hey, he's my guy.
Poor overworked droid.
One day he's going to ask for droid rights. Okay, so you gladly clink up. You attach to the station. Reggie even makes a little triumphant chirp, 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 chirp. So you guys are on the station. You're at your airlock.
Nothing.
Again, see if I can identify where on the station the Minox are.
You sense
nothing.
A life form here, a life form here, and a life form here. And obviously, you sense a life form here, and another one is scampering through the ship to get out to your ship.
Huh.
Basically, it's coming through the hole here.
Okay. And there should be one more, right? There's a total of 6, yeah?
Yep, but not on this level. Basically, it's above you.
Aha.
So how are you going to get the unpowered airlock open? Which, by the way, you can totally use your ship to do it, but it does require you to pump power into the station.
Well, we got to get it open, so let's go ahead and pump a little power.
Okay, so you flick the buttons and your ship powers up their airlock. Their airlock starts to power up. Thankfully, Uma knows some of the old passcodes, and she puts a couple in until one pings, and the airlock does this cool Deep Space Nine gear rolling motion where it opens up, and you clearly see ominous darkness in here. Because there
But we
are
have
no
lights on our.
Are you guys bringing lights?
Lights have power.
And Alina's going to go first with her lightsaber.
If my light gets eaten.
Her glow rod.
I think, wouldn't if it tries to latch onto a lightsaber, isn't it going to fry itself?
Not if it goes
sort
for
of like
the
a
battery
moth
pack.
light.
Think about it. It's going to want the battery pack.
Okay, so it needs to get to the handle that's in my hand before I swing and hit it with the blade.
Right.
Oh, what are the odds that you'll get time to kill it? Inconceivable. So you come on in and you see it's a commercial. It's your typical mining guild's commercial refueling station. You know, you look in there. There's some, the light of your lightsaber gives this creepy ambiance, and especially with your earlier misprognosis of the Vinok menace. Do me a favor. I mean, this shouldn't be a problem for a Jedi Knight, but give me an average fear check. Just because you told all those stories, and it's super creepy in here.
So how does one do a fear check?
Give me a discipline roll. It's only against 2 purple. Just to make sure you're not going to get that annoying black dagger actions. See, not a problem. You take a point of strain as you're just like, the force is with me.
I gotta clear those 2.
I am one with the force, and the force is with me. I am one with the force, and the force is with me. And you kind of like come through, and it's really crappy lighting because, yes, the lightsaber does provide light, but not the best light. And you see there's a large gas canister, probably for refueling, air for most sentients. Possibly, other chemical gases for other sentients. You never know who the mining guild had were out here working. Nobody likes when you put your mouth on the air respirator and it comes out as methane.
Yeah,
you see,
ugly.
It's a basic area where you would come in and take off your spacesuits, refill your spacesuits. Basically a secondary airlock.
So I'm keeping that sense up, by the way.
Okay, so you're committing 1 dice?
Yep.
Alrighty. So you've got your sense going, so you know beyond a shadow of a doubt what's coming about. And right through that wall, you're sensing another life form that is hungry. Hungry.
They want energy.
And we have a guy with mechanical arms and a guy with a mechanical glow rod.
Well, I've got a few mechanicals.
Think how much Minox probably freak yanks the fuck out.
So,
yeah, that would be disconcerting.
Zarek and I will stand here and here.
Yeah, because I got
preparing for it to charge us.
So remember, power door, but not this door. So someone will have to do a mechanics to open it.
Right?
Yep, that's an average mechanics.
So wait, before you do anything, Before you do anything else, you should remote the ship away into the nebula.
Okay, yeah. Let me do that first. Let me do the piloting. And remember, I get a blue on that.
And Janong will totally stay on the ship in case an accident happens.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since you're flying off into a nebula that gives 1 black dice. On the plus side, you have all the light side points.
I'm assuming your piloting has some negative black, right?
Actually, no, apparently it doesn't.
She hasn't invested in those points yet. Go ahead and roll when you're ready.
All right.
Okay. You immediately are parking the ship in one of those helium gas clouds. The engine's making this really cool sputtering effect in the helium because it's of course combustible. But the poor Minox stuck on the ship is like fleeing to climb across the ship to escape and dives as, Janong gets to watch on camera and giggle as he's seeing this thing blow up like a puffer fish and go floating off into space. It didn't blow up and die because it got out in time, but it was close.
I'm surprised the others went to try and latch onto it while we were piling it off.
You flew off and it chased. That was this one. That one was scampering through the superstructure to get outside. So as that happens, you get the all clear from Janong that they'll stay in the gas cloud and be safe. Who's doing what? And we should probably roll a cool since you're all prepared.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, cool is not my strong suit.
I have faith in you guys that you're gonna roll better than I roll.
Oh.
I don't know about that. Oh, but you didn't load it up.
Oh, I took it down. That's right. Looks like you're saved by the bell. Okay, go ahead and try again. You still rolled better than I did. Okay, so needless to say, y'all get to go before whatever's creeping on the other side of this door, which you're pretty sure, you're 99.9%. It's a single Minoc. So who's going first?
I'm going to open the door.
Okay, so go ahead.
Basically, once I open the door, I'm going to step to the side.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on, let me switch back over to skills.
Okay, I've got the difficulty in there for you. It's actually just an average for you to pop that access panel and start cranking away. But sometimes even the best mechanics have a bad day. Yep.
I'm not the best mechanic, as you can see.
Sometimes even the worst mechanics is you kind of like, you're fidgeting with the panel going, I wish I brought a spanner. Someone should have had Janong give me his toolbox.
Okay, guys, give me a sec. I'll, this is not my forte.
If Zarek wants to try, he could try.
Yeah, I'm a 2 green as well, so.
What's Alina at? You'd think Alina would have better mechanics with a lightsaber.
Not really. Let me see here. Mechanics, a yellow and a green.
See? Obviously, Alina needs help opening the panel to get the door open. Are you going to provide this?
You mean?
Uma, yep.
I will attempt to open the door.
Okay, give me a mechanics check. Ooh, look at you taking no chances.
I don't want to spend the next 15 minutes trying to open a door.
Well, you have all 3 light side points at that point, so I couldn't even make things more difficult. So go ahead and make your roll. Okay, so
it's a good thing I did.
Immediately and if you want, I'll give you that you can get it ready and show Uma or Zarek what to do to open it so you can get ready. Okay. So you do that. There's some fluttering noise from over here. Something is excited because there's a not turned on lightsaber, I'm assuming, when you're doing the mechanics check.
Right.
Okay, so top of the order. Who's going first? As you hear wings flapping against the door.
So I'm going to try the door again. Now
Okay.
that
So Alina's got it all prepped for you, so all you have to do is pump this little hydraulic handle and the door's going to open up.
okay, so do another mechanics roll.
Nope, not needed.
No, just so you-
Okay, awesome.
Basically, she got it all set up for you. You just have to follow her directions and grab this little handle bump. And as soon as
Okay.
you do, the door opens up and you see a fluttering Minoc with its disgusting mouth that looks like a lamprey, kind of like sniffing the air because it smells energy. It smells Uma's blaster. It smells your lightsaber. It smells Zarek's cybernetic
It just
limbs.
smells.
So
I was
who's
gonna say,
going next?
Bunch of cybernetics.
And
Me.
and Uma, where are you moving after you open the door?
Hold on. I'm moving this way.
Okay. Who's going next?
Me.
As this alleged Vinoc is, by the way, Uma totally takes note that it has no back legs. It's just a regular Minoc, not some creepy Vinoc vampire thing.
I will step. I will aim. I will slice.
Okay, I've got the blue dice in there for you, just for the
She slices, she dices, she makes julienne fries.
just for
Right.
the mere fact of the dark side being out there because you're all scared because you think this is something it's not. Go ahead and make that roll. And are you using single saber, right?
Well,
Single saber for now, yeah.
wow.
Wow. So what does it look like when you massacre this Minoc?
It's basically like clawing at the door as it's cranking open, and as soon as it gets open enough, it basically squeezes its body through and kind of lunges toward me, and I just basically give it what it wants to feed on, energy, and stick my lightsaber straight in its maw, right through its body.
And you just see it kind of like burn from the inside out as it glows, and the saber literally makes the thing wilt and explode in a whiff of flame. But one sad thing happens with those 3 threats. As you fed it your lightsaber goes.
No!
Yep.
You fed it what it wants, and it OD'd on lightsaber juice.
Damn it.
This is fixable, right?
Oh, it's totally fixable. It just requires you to sit down and do an average mechanics check to get it working again. As you're totally like, son of a bitch. And what's Zarek
Good
going to
thing
do
you have more than one.
as there's flaming bits of Minoc wafting down to the floor?
Yeah, not much I can do there. Good job. Come in. A room.
Yeah, did we really get a description of this room?
Just that it looks like it's got space for you to get in and out of suits, to store your spacesuits, refill your spacesuits. Nobody really did a perception to get more than just a basic general description of it. It's basically, this is the hatch, but this is the actual airlock.
All right, so let me do a perception check.
Okay, well let's let Zarek go first since you did an action. So Zarek, what are you doing?
I'm perceiving the room here, see what's going on, what kind of threats.
Do you have
And I am
anything that
using-
removes? Do you have a glow rod on you?
Well, I am using my.
He's got the eye.
Well, I'm using my Cortala Vision cycling implant. May upgrade precision check once. Advantage reveals, fine details. Trans can be spent to add a blue to subsequent perception checks, encounters, and dispairs are bad. So it basically cycles through to help see.
Predator vision.
So
an upgrade?
yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and make your perception check.
All right. Hey.
That's
So
all you
you
needed.
kind of look around here and you see it seems to be at first glance kind of bare bones. But as soon as you start rotating through your different optics, you realize that what looks to be just basic plating and shit is actually concealed storage units.
Uh-huh.
And you see that there's stuff stashed inside the panels of the walls.
In this room.
In this room, yeah.
Huh. All right. I'll take and use my Vibroax and just kind of scratch a mark where the panels are. Like, hey,
Okay.
there's secret compartments right here. And
Okay.
here. And here. And
he
here.
kind of like marks around, like the floor's got one, this over here's. Each one's got secret stash written all. He marks it with his axe. So what is?
Oh!
God bless
Welcome.
you. Apparently,
Sorry.
Uma is allergic to smoked minnock.
Right?
As a little withering wing lands on her nose in the cutest way ever. So Alina next.
I'll go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
Draw my other lightsaber.
As you shake the first one like a flashlight with no batteries.
And I ignite my other lightsaber. I shouldn't say other lights, several, but the other one that is special to me.
Another lightsaber.
Another lightsaber.
The other saber.
And I will do a perception on this room.
On this room?
Yes.
Okay,
This
do you have
room.
anything that removes black other than the fact that you have a lightsaber providing light?
I do, as a matter of fact, but it is already in my skill. So if you have the black dice in there, it should automatically remove it.
Very nice. I was just wanting to make sure that was the fact. Okay, go ahead and make your perception. Damn. So take a point of strain as you're squinting and looking around here, and you realize that there are stashed away in what looks to be empty emergency compartments. You clearly spot that there's basically false panels, and there are 3 spacesuits in here, if need be. You know, they're nothing fancy. They're not like armor, but they're enough that you would survive a spacewalk. And in one of them, you do find a scrumpled up piece of important looking plastisheet documentation, which happens to be the deed for a cantina. You don't know that it's ruined, but it's a cantina on some yet unknown planet that you don't have time to figure out at this exact moment.
I'll hand that to Uma and say, here, stash this. It looks important.
It's got official seals and shit. And you also locate in one of these under compartments, someone has stuck a comm jammer that seems to have no power at the moment.
Because they've sucked it dry.
But it's a super easy check for someone to get it powered back up if you have a chance.
I hand that to Uma. Here, stash this somewhere. It could be important.
As you hand her this big, large briefcase-sized device. As she puts it down right next to you. I mean, she knows that this is the only way out. So, you can firmly leave things lying around. So, what's Uma going to do while Alina's checking this room out?
Wait. Aren't you going to give me that triumph?
What would you like for the triumph besides what I already offered?
Oh, is that what you were offering?
Are you wanting more?
I was assuming that was just random stuff that you had in here for the triumph. I was gonna go with we find, because, Minox are a problem on these stations, we find some kind of almost like flamethrowers, but helium throwers, I guess, that they use to fight off Minox.
Oh, yeah, you totally find this little flamethrower dealio that looks like something straight out of Fifth Element when they're cleaning the outside of the ship off.
Right.
I will totally give you that as an extra item.
Uma?
Wow.
I
How
will
can that
pick
go
that up
wrong?
and start. Yeah.
That's pretty nifty.
I mean, I'm A-okay giving you guys a flamethrower, because a flame projector's hardly ever going to go bad.
But like I said, it's not a flame projector, it's a
It's a
helium
helium.
projector.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's not a good condition. Knowing our luck.
Right.
Knowing my roles.
I'm not sure exactly how that would work in real physics, but hey, this is Star Wars, so.
It's basically a fart gun that makes your voice funny. Okay, so what's Uma gonna do? As Alina tries to give you the fart gun after firing it off and her voice goes all chipmunky.
I will take it. And I'm just gonna follow behind her.
Just a
The
heads
next time
up.
one attacks me with my lightsaber, you shoot me with that fart gun, you hear me?
Wow.
And
You're all
Zarek
good.
can
Nothing to
clearly
worry
hear
about.
flapping against this door here.
Yeah, I think there's something there, dudes.
All this commotion is getting things going. Okay.
Yeah, and I did was keeping sense up, so let's keep all those circles handy on the map there.
Yeah. Well, you can actually see the Minox, so.
But there were more than those three.
Oh, there were. Another one went flying after the ship.
Oh yes. So there was.
And there's on different levels too.
So yeah,
what are you
there's
guys
one on the
gonna
counter.
do? Zarek has marked a bunch of cargo containers here that are in hiding.
I'll pop one open while they're doing their other stuff in the other room.
While they're doing their stuff, you're just like, okay, bored now. And as soon as you do, you pop the compartment, and whatever was in there is kind of like loosely packed, or basically the packaging, due to neglect and damage, as 100 doses of glitter stim come pouring out of the compartment.
Oh, jeez.
Hold it. What comes? Oh, glitter
stem.
stem.
Basically,
stem.
So you're seeing 100 dime bags compiling out of this compartment he opens up. And there's more stuff in there. It's just that these packets of drugs, come out first.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do drugs, so I'll kind of fluff them out of the way onto the floor and then see what else is in there.
As, a small, bundle of stim packs comes flying out.
Holy cow. I'll take that.
Which is, you're like, that is a medical pile.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. I will take those.
As there's now 100 dime bags on the floor. And he's going for the stim packs that flopped out last.
Oh yeah, we take all of them.
Yeah, I'm grabbing all the stim packs. The drugs, they're on the floor. I'm not that worried about them.
That, and you'll need something to put them in, because that's a lot of dime bags.
Yeah.
So there was the deed to the cantina, the stim packs, and what was the other thing?
The comm jammer?
Comm jammer.
Yeah, basically it's a communication scrambler.
Okay.
I think Janong already has one, but it's always good to have two.
Yes, it is.
Does not hurt.
Okay.
And this one's apparently portable.
Well, so is Nox.
Oh, okay.
It's basically the size of a large backpack.
So portable is a relative term.
Yeah. Well, we're going to ignore the drugs.
Okay.
All right. Do we go to another room, or are we gonna search the other compartments?
I think we should search these compartments while one of us, unless we want to take care of the Minoc problem first. Your call, Captain.
Let's take care of the Minocs first. I don't want them, let's take care of the Minocs first.
Especially as all of a sudden someone has a sneaking suspicion of the air feels really thin in here. I wonder how the Minocs got into the station.
Well, we kind of figured how they got in, but we have. There were 3 spacesuits.
If anyone wants to go put them on.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's put on a spacesuit.
I have a breath mask, so I'm all good.
Well, I'm going to put one on.
Okay, so the ladies immediately have this very nice, copacetic ladies getting into spacesuit scene that's right out from the 70s.
Oh, so reverse Barbarella?
Yeah, reverse Barbarella. And as those two ladies are getting the last of there's some giggling and helmet fight going on, instead of pillows.
Please.
As those two get suited up, Zarek is just like, I don't get it. Obviously, they don't mate like ganks. I don't get it.
Yeah, no.
And as those
another panel.
As those two get into the suits, Zarek, will you open another panel apparently?
Sure.
As 2 big lumps come plopping out. And basically what it is somebody lumped together 10 emergency packs, which is a medical huge supply, and 2 packs of playing cards. Obviously a smuggler's paradise.
I was going to say rigged. Okay, that's what I was guessing.
And just as you come out to show the ladies as they get into their spacesuits that you've got med packs. Hopefully it's not full of drugs, but actual med packs. And some Sabat cards. Which with Uma, you don't play Sabat with her. And just as, you kind of signal them, you hear the flapping here. There's some scratching sounds in the superstructure of the station here. Obviously, it's a Minoc trying to get out of wherever it's at to get to what's juicy and powered up in here. Just as that happens, we'll say that that's a good place to wrap it up there so Janan can come put the power back on in this place. And because it's 9 o'clock and Kelly has to go to sleep.
Yes, Kelly's got a very busy day tomorrow.
Roger that.
Okay.
All right.
And to think there was one other thing in the room that may not have been found yet.
How many XP?
We're going to say 5 XP. Unfortunately, you didn't get XP for all those extra jumps.
Yeah. Smart ass.
But
the
group was able to see half of the known galaxy and half of the unknown galaxy.
Yeah, it was great. Quite the scenic tour.
I mean, you totally stole.
Is that what we're calling it?
Light speed skipping from the last movie.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Except it was, 8 hours to 12 hours of trip each time. And the fact that Alina totally knows where there's a Sith Armada gathering out in space. Wonder what that shit's all about.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. That's never good.
Yeah, no. That's not a good sign for anybody.
No.
On the plus side, Alina's not, bothered with that kind of political crap.
Apparently.
All right.
So what was XP again? 5?
5 XP.
5.
Yeah.
All right.
And the important
I'm not sure. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was going to say I'm not sure which yet, but I will be spending some points in either Foresee or Farsight. Be tricky.
Ooh.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Have a good night,
Glad to
guys.
have you back.
And the important part was you got to give Uma the heads up on what she was doing.
Yeah.
This is what happens when Uma can't make it to game day. Her husband does bad things to her character. Alrighty, guys. Have a good night.
Right. Thank you.
You
Good
too.
night.
Bye, gang.
Later.